Hello friends, in last video we discussed about the ultrasonic waves and first type of the ultrasonic wave, that is piezoelectric effect. So in this video we discuss about the second type of the ultrasonic, that is magnetostriction effect. So the objective of this video is to understand and study magnetostriction effect, that is principle, construction and working of magnetostriction effect. Okay, so first we'll discuss principle of the magnetostriction effect, or before that, this magnetostriction effect is the second method used for producing the ultrasonic waves, and this method works on the magnetostriction effect. So after that we'll discuss about the principle of the magnetostriction effect or generator. So principle is, when a ferromagnetic rod like iron or nickel is placed in a magnetic field parallel to its length, the rod experiences a small change in its length. This is called as a magnetostriction effect. Means, if a rod of ferromagnetic material is placed in a magnetic field which is parallel to its length, then what happens? That their length will be changes. Okay. After that, that change in length produced in the rod depends upon the strength of the magnetic field and nature of the material, but it is independent on the direction of the magnetic field applied. Okay. So after that, under the influence of alternating magnetic field, the rod expand and contract in length alternatively. Okay. Hence, the longitudinal compressional waves are produced in the medium around the rod. So this is the simple principle. You just keep in your mind, that is, when a ferromagnetic rod like iron or nickel is placed or subjected into the magnetic field parallel to its length, the rod having length will be changed. That is nothing but the magnetostriction effect. Okay. After that, here we can see the experimental arrangement of the magnetostriction oscillator. Okay. So here, see, XY is a rod which is made up of ferromagnetic material clamped at the middle. Okay. Now after that, there are two coils, L1 and L2 were used, which is wound on that rod XY. Okay. The diameter of that turns of the coil, here we can see the turns of the coil is there, having diameter are greater than the diameter of the rod. And so that what happen, that rod can move freely and lengthwise. One more thing, the coil L1 were used to form a tuned circuit with the variable condenser. Here we can see capacitor C were used, and that is nothing but the variable capacitor, and which is also connected to the plate of this triode wall through milliampere. Understood? Now after that, coil L2 were used. Okay. And that coil L2 is connected between the cathode and grid of the triode wall. Okay. Now the frequency of the oscillatory circuit is determined by the values of L1 and this C. If the frequency of this tuned circuit becomes equal to the natural frequency of the rod, then the longitudinal oscillations were set up and ultrasonic waves are produced in the surrounding medium. So this is the construction of the magnetostriction oscillator. Okay, one more time I will discuss the construction of the magnetostriction effect. Okay, here we can see this figure, then it is observed that XY is the rod which is made up of ferromagnetic material. Understood? After that, the coil L1 and L2 were used, and that coil L1 and L2 wound on that rod XY. Okay. Now, here the coil L1 is form a tuned circuit along with the variable capacitor C, which is connected to the plate. One terminal of this capacitor is connected to the triode wall and other terminal of this capacitor is connected to the high tension power battery. Understood? Now here we can see the diameter of this turns of the coil is greater than the diameter of the rod, and due to this reason what happened, the rod can move freely and lengthwise. Okay, now coil L2 is there, and that coil L2 is connected between the cathode and grid. Okay, now if the frequency of this tuned circuit, that is L1 circuit, if the frequency of the tuned circuit becomes equal to the natural frequency of the rod, then longitudinal oscillations are set up and ultrasonic waves were produced in their surrounding medium. So this is the construction of magnetostriction oscillator. Now after that we'll discuss the working of the magnetostriction oscillator. Now for working, initially by using the DC power supply, here the direct current is passed through the coil L1. Okay, now after that any change in the plate current passing through the coil L1 causes corresponding change in the magnetization of the rod with the coil L1. Simply we can say that if there is a change of current in coil L1, automatically there is a change in magnetization of the rod with the coil L1. Okay, therefore the length of the rod changes, and these variations in the length of the length cause a change in the magnetic flux through the grid coil L2, and therefore conversely magnetization effect and induced EMF is set up into coil L2. This induced EMF modifies the grid potential of the rod and produce amplitude current in the circuit and in the coil L1. So in this way the oscillations of the rod is maintained. The variable capacitor C is adjusted. Here the variable capacitor is used, and this variable capacitor C is adjusted in such way that the maximum alterations are produced. So in this way the frequency of the oscillating plate current will be equal to the natural frequency of the rod. Hence the vibrations are most intense and ultrasonic waves are produced. So using this method, that is using this magnetostriction method, we can generate the ultrasonic waves having frequency is 250 kilohertz. Okay. Now finally, here also the frequency we can calculate by using the formula mu is equal to 1 upon 2L into root of E divided by rho. Here again E indicates the Young's modulus, rho indicates the density, okay, density of the material. Okay, so like this we can measure the frequency of crystal. Okay, after that one more time we'll discuss about the principle, construction and working of the magnetostriction effect. Very simple principle is there. Now in principle you have to discuss only these things. When a ferromagnetic rod like iron or nickel placed in a magnetic field which is parallel to its length, then the rod produced a small change in its length. So this is called as a magnetostriction effect. Okay, so the change in length produced in the rod depends on two two things. First one is it depends on strength of the magnetic field, and another thing, it depends on nature of the material. Okay, but it independent on the direction of the magnetic field applied. So this is about the principle of magnetostriction effect. Okay, very simply you can just discuss when a rod which is made up of ferromagnetic material and placed in a magnetic field, okay, which is parallel to its length, then the rod having length is also changes, that is called as a magnetostriction effect. Okay. Now construction. For construction and working purpose, see this diagram. Here, this is called as an experimental arrangement of the magnetostriction oscillator. Okay. Now here we can see the rod XY is there. Okay. And that XY rod is made up of ferromagnetic material. Clamp at the middle. Okay. Now there are two coils L1 and L2 which is wound on that rod XY. Okay. The diameter of the turns of the coil are greater than the diameter of the rod. And due to this reason, the rod XY can move freely and lengthwise. After that, the coil L1 is forming a tune circuit with the variable condenser or capacitor C, which is also connected to the triode wall through milliampere. Understood? Now after that, coil L2 were used, and that coil L2 is connected between the cathode and grid. Okay? Now the frequency of the oscillatory circuit can be determined by using the values of L1 and this variable capacitor C. Now if the frequency of this tuned circuit becomes equal to the natural frequency of the rod, then the longitudinal oscillations are set up and ultrasonic waves are produced in the surrounding medium. So this is the simple construction of the magnetostriction oscillator or generator. Understood? Now we discuss about the working of the magnetostriction oscillator. Initially, the direct current is passed through the circuit using the DC supply. Okay? Using this DC power supply, the current will be passed through the circuit. Okay. After that, what happen? If there is any change in the plate current which is passing through the coil L1, it causes corresponding change in the magnetization of the rod with the coil L1. Means if there is any change in the current which is passing through the coil L1, then automatically there is a change in magnetization in the rod with the coil L1. Simply, if the plate current changes, the magnetization produced in the rod also changes. Understood? Therefore, the length of the rod changes, and due to this reason what happen, the length of the rod is also changes. Okay. Now these vibrations in the length cause a change in the magnetic flux through the grid coil L2. Okay. Therefore, converse magnetization effect and induced EMF is set up into coil L2. This induced EMF produced in the coil L2 modifies the grid potential of the rod and produce amplified current in the circuit and in the coil L1. So like this, oscillations of the rod is maintained. The variable capacitor C were used, and that variable capacitor C is adjusted in such a way that the maximum alterations are produced. So in this way, the frequency of the oscillatory plate current will be equal to the natural frequency of the rod. Hence, the vibrations are most intense and ultrasonic waves are produced. So by using this method, we can generate or produce the ultrasonic waves having frequency is 250 kilohertz. Okay, so when the oscillatory frequency matches with the frequency of the rod, then and only then the resonance will be occurred and produce the maximum amplitude. So the natural frequency of the quartz crystal having length is L. For its a fundamental mode of vibration, we can calculate by using the formula mu is equal to 1 upon 2L into root of E divided by rho, where E represent the Young's modulus of the quartz crystal, which is equal to 7.72 into 10 raised to 11 Tin per centimeter square, and where rho indicates density of the quartz crystal, and which is also equal to 2.65 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, so like this, by using this formula, we can calculate the frequency of the oscillator. So understood? So in this video, we discussed about the principle, construction and working of the magnetostriction effect. Thank you.